Ready, set, go. Time for the show. Joe Audio and my bro Paco about to bring that laugh attack. Yeah, about that. Make you laugh out loud, cause this is where it's at.
This the best podcast that you'll ever hear. It's nice and comforting just for your ears. We got gimmicks and skits with limitless wits, making other podcasters just quit.
Yo, what up? Yeah, about that, the podcast.
Yeah.
Paco, why don't you go ahead and start out first?
Okay, yeah. What's up, everybody? It's the man that called Paco. Posted up in the cut like a bandage.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Joe Audio right here representing for Yeah, about that, the podcast.
And it's me and Gene Dark Mark from down. Oh, yeah, but what the fuck? Me and Gene Dark Mark from down under. Pleasure to be back on yet, especially for this album, guys. The iconic Yeah, about that album.
Yeah.
Yes. Now,
I just want to say, before the intro, there was 4 of us here. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, there was supposed to be like 6 of us tonight, but I don't know what happened. So,
Hey, it's all good, man.
all right. So,
It is what it is.
Paco, why don't you let them know what album we're doing?
This album is very near and dear to me. We've done it before, but we're gonna do it again just because Gene, I don't think Gene's heard it prior to this. And my other cousin was like, "Hey, let's do it because I like it too." It's called Westside Connection. Bow Down.
All right. So, Westside Connection, Bow Down is the album. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the album cover.
Yes, go ahead, Gene. I want you to start off. What are your thoughts?
Well, thank you, Paco. I will start. It's good. It's very self-explanatory. You have the 3 guys, the gangster, the killer, and the dope dealer, and it's just, it is what it is. It's the 3 guys on the front, and you know what it is as soon as you look at it. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, straight and to the point. I like it. It's very iconic for me. I was just a child when this album came out, and this was my favorite from 1996. And yeah, very iconic for me. I like this album cover. Jay, what do you think?
I mean, this album cover, like, it is very iconic because this is considered a super group. So this is like the 3, faces, the 3 familiar faces: Ice Cube, Dub C, Mac 10. And then they're like kind of looking at you like they're in almost like in a back room or interrogation room where it's like dark, and they maybe it might have you like handcuffed right there. And they're just looking at like with the light right there. Just you can barely see their face, and it's pitch black behind them. That's kind of what it is.
Kind of reminds me of that Legion of Skanks family photo.
No.
Oh, it's coming hot. I like it.
Wow. Okay. No. So,
Like
wow.
Mac 10 is Dave Smith, right? Sitting down.
No, he's not.
Okay, we'll leave it.
For any fans that know that reference, please do not think about it. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do here is go over the criteria. The 4 criteria is beats, lyrics, hooks, and features. So one of the people that was on earlier is saying that the link isn't working and it booted them out. But we'll keep it going. It's cool.
Just resend it. I mean, they can join in whenever. Who cares?
We're gonna try to do
Exactly.
one more time. We're gonna see if we can get at least a 4th person in here.
Oh man,
Yeah,
we could just start it. We'll just start it. We don't need, you know what I'm saying? You want me to start it off, or you want to start it off, Gene?
You started off, Paco. I'm off kilter at the moment. Please warm us up.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. The beats, right, Jay?
Yes. Beats. What do you think about the beats on a scale of 1 to 5?
I'm gonna give these beats a 5. All of them are hard. None of them are lacking. My favorite beat is probably the whole album is very iconic for me. So I'm gonna give it a 5. It's very nostalgic also.
So you're gonna stick with that 5 right there, right?
Yeah, stick with a 5. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got.
All right. Gene, would you like to go next, or would you like me to go?
I'll go next there. Joe,
Yeah, go ahead, Gene. Take it away.
All right. I'm going to go a 4. I do like the beat a lot. They are very distinctive. They're very definitive, very much that West Coast sound, but done expertly well. The production's excellent. Thank you for putting me in a situation where I actually sit down and listen to this album from beginning to end. I have done half a dozen at least times since you sent it to me there, Paco. The production is, it's excellent. What the one surprise to mark out to, the gangster, the killer, and the dope dealer. The gangster, the killer, and the dope dealer, which is technically my favorite song on the album. They sample the little guitar sound at the start. Dun, 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 that little sample. That's from 9 Inch Nails' "Hurt." Yeah, the song "Hurt" by 9 Inch Nails surprised the living hell out of me. I did not expect to find the 9 Inch Nails sample on, a definitive West Coast gangster rap album, but done really well. 4 out of 5, definitely. Really good production.
Wow. Yeah,
that song is called "Hurt." I'm gonna have to listen to that after this because I never heard it. And I'm not familiar with 9 Inch Nails. But hopefully that's an album we can get into in the future.
Yeah,
if recommended by Gene.
I'm actually hurt by that, Paco. I'm hurt that you didn't know that. Sorry, that was whack. Okay, so all right, we got our fourth guest on there. Hopefully it doesn't freeze and kick him out again. This is Ronnie. So let's say what's up, Ronnie. This is our cousin, this is our primo. Is he gonna say hello? Or is he gonna be frozen?
What's going on?
Okay, so we're on criteria.
Criteria.
Okay, so he's not going to join us.
Oh,
all right.
I'm come in and out.
Yeah, I'm a
it's a run-in.
special guest, popping in and popping out throughout the show.
Yeah, we'll just keep it us.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give this the beats. I'm gonna give the beats. I'm gonna have to give it a 5. Like, and I wanted to try to give it a 4 because I feel like I'm giving it a 5. Because of nostalgia, like, well, all the beats just bang so hard, like there's no tracking on any of these songs just because of how hard it comes in. The production is top notch. It's solid all the way through. So I have to give it a 5. I mean, I wanted to give it less just to be, not necessarily biased, but it's still a 5 for me, no matter how I slice it.
Okay. You know what? I can't be mad at that. But I'm going to just go ahead and say we should keep it pushing with Criteria Part 2.
Criteria number 2. All right, let me change the graphic. Criteria 2, which is lyrics.
Yes.
Now, since you went first last time, let's go ahead and have you go first this time as well.
You know what? I'm going to give the lyrics.
Okay, hold on.
Give the lyrics a 5.
Hold on. Recant that. We got Ronnie back. We're going to try one more time.
Okay.
And if he falls out again, that's it. This is the last try.
Yeah,
So,
I'm on my phone now, so I didn't even get. I don't know what happened.
There we go. Welcome.
all right, so we're going to go back to criteria number 1, which is beats. Since we didn't start the lyrics yet. Criteria 2. So Ronnie, on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you give the beats on this Westside Connection album? Bow Down.
I go at the time 5. Right now, still like a 3, maybe 4. You could tell like Ice Cube still, even though he was on priority away from Dre, he still had like a lot of Dr. Dre influence, and he was still like using a lot of those like West Coast like samples and sounds. But he still had added his own like intros and his own like spin-offs on them. So right now, I still give him like a 3 to 4, but at the time like a 4-5 because he was still very innovative, but didn't shy away from like his NWA roots and Dr. Dre roots and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
People kind of forget about that he was with them. So I mean, you said a few numbers there. So what one number do you want to do?
I'll give him a 4 across the
4?
board now and then.
All right.
I'll give him a 4.
I was gonna say if he's gonna say 3, we should just kick him out. I'm just kidding. I'm joking here. All right,
and then so now we can actually move on to criteria number 2. It's gonna be the lyrics.
Yeah.
Now, Paco, you started with the lyrics the beats first time. So let's go ahead and have you start with the lyrics first.
Okay, the lyrics. I probably know this album front to back, every single word. I'm gonna give it a 5 just for nostalgia purposes. No other reason. Mac 10 probably shines the most lyrically, you know what I'm saying? And then right after that is it's a toss-up between Dub C and Ice Cube as far as who got the most lyricalness. But I'm gonna just give it a 5 because I was a kid when I heard this.
Yeah. All right.
Mean Gene, please take it away.
Thank you, Paco. I myself will give the lyrics a 3. I think they're good, but there's nothing that stands out to me in terms of wordplay, anything really overly clever linguistically, but their lyrics are solid and consistent based on their thematic and what they're portraying and putting out there as West Coast gangsters. Yeah, it doesn't falter, but it doesn't stand out to me at any point. So a 3 out of 5 there. Thank you there, guys. Back to you.
All right, that sounds good. So I guess I'll go ahead and go next. I'm gonna go ahead and give this. I'm gonna give it a 4. 4, because they're so gangster. Like, I mean, I want to give it a 5, but I'm trying to be non-biased. It's hard. I would give this album a perfect 20 if I could.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
You know that. I don't even have to ask you going forward. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 because of what Gene said. Their vocabulary is very, very gangster. I mean, Mac 10. Oh my god, I have to give it 5. I'm sorry, it's a 5.
Yeah.
5.
He's struggling, the struggle, the inner turmoil.
Yeah, it's a 5. Okay.
Well, the lyrics is, the way they deliver them also, they deliver it very well. The flow, it's very rugged. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
lyrics.
I would give the flow like a 4, if not a 5 there, Paco, if we had that differentiate in the categories.
Yeah, the cadence,
Definitely.
their cadence, like I think that's what makes Dub C. He might not be the best like lyricist, but his cadence when he does rap and the way his voice sounds, like his inflection and how he changes his like tone, definitely makes his style on that album like stand out. He might not be the best like lyricist, and you can tell Ice Cube wrote a lot of the rhymes for some of them and the hooks, but like they all have their own different like I guess things they're great at.
Yeah, I think Mac 10 did not have any ghostwriters. Because even if you listen to Mac 10 solo albums,
Yeah, no, I think they're pretty solid on their own. Like, and that's why this is considered a super group, because
they were all established.
Each artist, on their own, like has the heavyweight. I mean, the most known of the 3 is going to be Ice Cube, but that's only because of his NWA roots, and then also the his film and movie industry.
I know Joe remembers. What was it, 2000 or 2001? We went to go to the Up and Smoke tour, and we saw Westside Connection there, like it live in person. Do you remember that?
Well, except for Ice Cube.
Ice Cube didn't show up, but Dub C and but I was it 2000 or 2001?
I don't remember. I think it was 2000. But yeah, dude, that was so disappointed when I went to that concert, because Ice Cube was the main I wanted to see.
Him and Eminem did not show up to the concert. Everybody else was there. Dre, Snoop, the Dog Pound, Dub C, Mac 10, but Eminem and Ice Cube didn't go.
Yeah.
So, so what'd you give the lyrics though? On the scale of 1 to 5?
I'm gonna go between you and G. I'm gonna go with a 4.
4.
Because I mean, they're good. I mean, some of them are more or 5. Some are like a 4, between 4. So I'm gonna go with a 4.
Yeah.
They're like their hooks are really, especially at that time, they're very 90s gangster West Coast hooks.
Yeah.
The beats, their flow and their cadence, they all, you can tell they all have their own different style. Like, Dub C's more gritty, his voice is a little more raspy and stuff like that. Ice Cube, he's always had that singing flow since, the late 80s, early 90s. Mac 10, his voice, you can always tell it's him by his voice. He didn't even be introduced on the track. You can tell his voice away from everybody else's. So I'm gonna go with a 4. I'll go between you and Gene, a 4.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up, man. So let's keep this pushing. Let's go on to the next criteria. Paco, do you know what the next criteria is?
Yeah, it's confusion. On a scale of 1 to 5, the confusion. Oh, hooks. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Wrong
sorry.
show. Wrong show.
Different podcast.
Yeah. Hooks. I'm gonna go ahead and give these hooks a 5 because they stand out heavy in my mind.
5.
You know what I'm saying? The beat, the lyrics. That's who I am. But the hooks, I mean, I think the hooks are, pretty pretty dope. I give it a 5. They're very catchy for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just no way for me to give it any less.
All right.
And Rach Hawks agrees with you as well. 100 Foos with that album is a classic on the chat there.
Yeah, I'm not. What's up, Willie?
Yeah, that's Will. That's Rachel's husband.
Willie,
Okay.
I call him Willie.
Yeah, Willie. We call him Willie. So, all right. So, wait, what is this? A surprise guest?
Oh God, this is just off the rails.
Who is this? Please introduce yourself.
Hi guys.
Oh, Mona's here.
What up?
Yes. So we have. If you guys didn't know, this is Rachel.
Hello, Rachel.
So
Hi, guys.
yeah. So let's go ahead and recap. Since Rachel's here, and if you can quickly do this, what do you give the beat to this album?
5 all day. 5.
Okay, that's
the
all we
beat
need.
for like the beat of the
lyrics?
childhood. 5.
Okay, and then lyrics.
5. Can you give it anything else but a 5?
Yeah, other people give it other scores, but okay.
Well, they are sad. It's fine.
Okay, now you're caught up. So let's go back to hooks.
That's why he gets a 4.
Okay, let's go back to hooks. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. Let's see. Nope. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Okay, Paco.
What's up, man?
Criteria 3.
Oh.
Okay,
We go one at a time. So hooks, you give this.
I gave the hooks a 5 already prior to Rachel's rude interruption.
5.
I gave it a 5.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll give it a 5. There you go. Boom.
Let me mark that down here in the book.
There you go. There's that 5.
Okay.
There's that 5. Okay.
Only one
That's
I've
what I
had
give the
time to-
hooks.
That's the only one I've had time to prepare. So everyone else, unless you give it a 5, you're not gonna get a graphic. Okay.
Michael's
No. Let's go ahead. Now we're gonna move to Gene. Gene, hello. All right. So go
Stop
ahead.
smoking the back and give it a ranking.
Give it a
4. 4.
4 fingers up and 2 twisted in the middle. He gives it a 4.
Yeah, I give it a 4. It's the hooks are phenomenal. They're not perfect. I'm not going to join in the 5 fest with you 5 jockeys there, but they are really damn good. Definitely a strong 4 there, guys. Thank you. Back to you.
All right, strong 4. Okay, who's next? Me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'm on here. We're gonna go ahead and if you guys are ready, I'm gonna give it a 5. Congratulations, it's a 5. I'm gonna make these for each episode, just so you know, but 1 through 5, and that way. But a 5.
We're getting better.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm gonna make the show go through the roof. Okay. Now let's go ahead
He's
and go
really
to
only
Ronnie.
going to have 5 prepared.
All right. So
Hold on.
if you look at songs of that era, like you got like new P Diddy was out, a bunch of different like albums are coming out with hooks. This song was played on the radio just as much, not more than some of those songs. So I'll give it a 5, just because growing up, we're what, like 15, 16, 17 when that came out. Hearing all those other hooks, I'll give this one a 5, just because.
Thank you.
Some of them I can't like bow down. I can't get out of my head like that. Even now, like if I hear it, I got to turn it up in the car.
Yeah, we've been listening to this album for like 24 years. So keep that in mind.
All right. So we're gonna go to who's this? Let's guess. Everyone guess. Rachel. Okay. So what do you give this on a scale of 1 to 5 on the hooks? 4.
That's 4.
No. Can you say 5, please?
Of course.
Yeah,
I said
5.
5.
Congratulations. No, you said a 4.
I mean, this whole
Wait, what
album,
is it?
you just listen to it. I only had 3 CDs at this time when it came out. So 5 all day.
5. Okay, hold on. Let me put that 5 back up. Okay, 5.
Okay,
Dude, my
great.
camera's so slow.
What's up, Willie? Shout out to Willie.
Willie,
No, it's just your mental capacity.
hold on.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next. All of us.
Oh,
Here we go. All of us.
walked
Okay.
away.
So let's go ahead and go into criteria number 4.
Okay.
We could get a criteria 5. So I back up.
Oh.
With criteria 4 is features. So let's have Paco take it away. Hold on. No, not
That's
Rachel.
not Pac. Okay,
Oh.
Paco.
They look the
Yeah,
same.
that's fine.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give the features a 5.
5.
They're dope. You know what I'm saying? KD, all from the eye. These guys come in and they wreck just the same. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it a 5. There's nothing bad I can say.
They
You know
just
what I'm saying?
reckon. Is that what you're saying? They just reckon. That's all.
Yeah, that was just putting it down.
Straight record.
Yeah, boy. All right. Let's go to Mean Gene on the screen. There you go, Gene. On a scale of 1 to 5, what do you give the features?
A 3. I give them a 3. I will admit this is due to my own ignorance of the features, who they are. They came in, they performed well, they stayed in sync with the tone, the energy, the vibe of the album, but they didn't jump out and go, wow, they murdered that track. They murdered the track, basically. No one did that for me, but that's due to my own ignorance. I'm going to listen to this album more and more, though. It is up there with Doggy Style and Chronic 2001 out of West Coast albums. It is, I popped for it that hard. So forgive me, it's a 3. Thank you, Joe.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and mark that down here. Gene 3. All right. So, all right, and let's see who's next. Who wants to go next? Raise your hand if you want to go next. Okay, we're gonna have Ronnie. So Ronnie,
I'm gonna agree with Gene. I'm gonna give it a 3 too, and not because it was bad, but they could have done without the features, and the album would have been just as good. Like the features don't stand out to me. They're not like, man, that like they didn't blow away any of the main artists. It was already a super group.
Yeah,
they could have done without like the features. They're not bad. Like Katie's was all right, but it wasn't like, man, he blew that whole like track away. Like they could have done without him.
Yeah,
like it could have been like a remix. Like everybody was coming out with a remix back then. Like
well,
let's throw someone on the track and make it a remix.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, they weren't bad, but they weren't like, they didn't throw them over the top. Like even without those features, the song would have been just as good. So I'm gonna go with a 3.
Okay.
No, it makes valid points, Ronnie.
Yes, you did actually. All right, I'm gonna go next, unless you want to go, Rachel. No, okay, she's frozen or something over there. Okay, hi. So, yeah, I'm gonna give this 4.
You sure?
I mean, I want to click this 5 on here, but I'm gonna give it a 4 and you know what? It's because I was swayed. Like the
Sway wasn't on this.
No, I was sway before he was. No,
I did play it on Swing Tech in the morning.
They did.
We gotta do that album, man. The Wake Up Show.
Wake Up Show. Okay, but
Just for that.
So I'm gonna give it a 4 only because the features were not as strong as the Westside Connection, and honestly, almost anyone featured would have had the same like fate. There was almost like no one that could come up to that level. Maybe. I don't even know. It would have to be.
What about
maybe? Maybe at that time.
Dre, sorry, my bad.
I don't know if Dre would. Okay, Gene, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, it just popped me there. Dre, Snoop, or someone around that time coming in. Could they stand up to the West Side Connection there, Joe Audio?
Not at all. Not even close.
Not at all.
Okay. Hold on. Wait,
again, no, those guys is not as good as Westside Connection. It's different styles too. It's way too different.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And who's gonna write Dr. Dre's verse? Ice Cube wasn't cool with
I
it, man.
think Too Short would have been good on that album. Like if you would have put like Too Short or like Rappin' Forte or like E40, because they have a completely different like, because they're more Bay Area. They have a different like flow and it would have like done something different with the track, because they would have had to adapt to that like Bay Area flow instead of like, because everybody down there in like South Central and everything has the same like cadence.
Yeah.
So I think if you would have put like E40, Too Short, Rappin' Forte, Selly Cell, one of those like Bay Area rappers, it would have been a little different. Yeah.
Hey, was that Willie in the back? Hold on. Was that Willie?
I saw something shiny.
Okay, well, okay. Let me finish my
Yeah,
four.
it was.
Four.
It was his head,
Okay.
but he's playing guns.
Okay, so well, it's your turn. So
I don't know where
if-
he's at now. Are you
It
gonna
is
ask me
shiny.
now?
It
Put
is
the slide back up?
shiny.
okay, so what do you give the features on a scale of 1 to 5? Hello, can you hear us? Do you care to comment? Okay, who has asthma over there laughing?
Can you hear me?
Oh, 5.
I said 5.
I got an. Hey,
Okay.
I have an inhaler. I'm a nurse. I got a couple inhalers if you need
Oh,
one.
all I
I'll
hear
mail you one out.
is raspy breathing, laughing.
No.
Hi guys.
Oh, nice.
The feed
Whoa.
Whoa. Hello.
better.
Okay, sorry.
And
Yeah.
it was dope.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the features didn't make it. I don't know where his face went.
All right. That's a legitimate answer. So what we're gonna do now is add up all these
So
scores.
I get a 5.
Yeah, we know.
Where's the 5? Why the fuck is my camera like?
I don't know. It's
You're on
user
your
error.
phone. Maybe flip it.
I can't call it, man. I really can't call it.
I can.
What? One day we'll be famous, people.
What's
One day.
going on?
Hopefully, so we get past all this.
Okay.
So let's go
Hi,
ahead.
Jessica. Watching.
Yeah,
Okay.
shout out to Jessica. Shout out to Willie. I think those are the two people that are watching. Shout out to them.
More than likely. Okay, so let me add this up real quick. So while we're adding up these songs, let's go ahead and have everyone say what your favorite song is. So Paco,
Look at
what
this
we're gonna
screen.
do
This
is
is
have you start out
all you
first.
see is Christmas hat.
Oh, no, not you.
Hey,
Okay.
Hold on. Let me do this. I like this other one. Okay, Paco, go ahead.
Okay.
no,
Yeah, what's up?
not
What's your favorite song?
Dude, the whole album is my favorite. But if you're twisting my arm, I'm gonna
What
choose
happened?
the Critics and the NYC. Just play the first part, man. The first verse.
Critics in the NYC. All right. Here we go.
Okay, see, that's probably my go-to. I really love how they just take over hip hop at that point in time.
Where-
East Coast was non-existent besides Puff Daddy and the Family. But which I love, by the way. We got to do that Puff Daddy album.
Yeah.
And Wu-Tang.
Anyways, Gene, go ahead and
And
pick a verse.
Hold on 1 second.
What?
Rachel, since you're interrupting, what were you saying? If you could please speak again. When confronted, she's
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Me?
That is correct.
My
Okay.
camera
Oh.
is.
Okay, we're
Kick
gonna
Rachel out.
someone that knows what he's doing. Gene, please tell us what your favorite song on this album is.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Technically, it's the gangster, the killer, and the dope dealer, however it goes. But my favorite verse is the first one, Ice Cube's from King of the Hill, because he is paying the F out of Cypress Hill. And I'm ignorant to this. I mean, like, I wasn't bumping gangster rap heavy. I was off in other places in hip hop and music at that time when this came out. So I'm ignorant to this beat. And I was listening to it in the morning, what the hell? I thought that's Cypress Hill. What happened? Yeah. So and Ice Cube destroys them on this verse, destroys them. So I chose this one. Yeah.
All right.
Do you know the background behind that, Gene?
No, I don't.
Because
I honestly don't.
Who was it? Be Real, or was it Be Real that was saying?
I could feel this one real quick.
Stuff like that.
Paco, please educate us.
Okay, see, the story goes. Ice Cube, remember he made that song Jacking for Beats? He was going around jacking beats, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes to the studio with Cypress Hill. Be Real's like, yo, check this out. He shows him Throw Your Set in the Air. At this time, Ice Cube was making the Friday soundtrack. And then so he leaves or whatever, and then he makes that song Friday, which is a similar hook, like, oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air, similar to throw your set in the air. So that's where that beat starts. They think that they stole the hook. Remember, even Ice Cube goes, you think I stole a hook, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's where it's from. That's where the beef from. And there's a response to that from Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link to that response.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just crazy to me, and so I chose this verse, and because it's funny, it's really, really funny. Ice Cube's hilarious, as well as being commanding, as well, of course.
Yeah,
dude, just to be hilarious and as powerful as it was, that was just all around good. Okay, Ronnie, you're up to bat. What's your favorite track and verse on the?
I'm gonna change it from the one I said earlier.
I don't remember what that was.
About Gangsters Make the World Go Round.
Which one?
And Gangsters Make the World Go Round, like that.
Okay,
the beginning, like that verse, when you hear it, and you like hear them trying to like sing the hook at the beginning, and like it's just like I don't like that. Even now, just thinking about it, I remember that more than even Bow Down. Like just how that song starts out. Like I'm gonna go with that.
All right. So the first verse on Gangsters Make the World Go Round.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Like even the hook, like
All right. So I guess we'll go ahead and let Rachel go next.
Remember when we was kids and we wanted to watch that video on the box so many times?
Yeah, all the time.
And we call, they never play it.
Classic.
I think my mom had like a $30 phone bill, like extra to her phone bill that month.
Rachel, you got
that and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Go.
We ain't old at all.
We don't have access to music videos.
What? Do you like to decline to me? You want me to go instead of you? Kind of.
You sound like
I want
Roger Troutman right now.
Bow down? Which verse?
What?
Which verse?
Oh, my
She sounds like Roger Troutman.
My phone's at 8.
All right.
We'll see you later, Rachel.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and go with my verse now.
Did you hear me?
Yes, we did. We did. So my first pick was going to be Gangsters Make the World Go Round, but then that was picked. I was also going to pick Bow Down, but that was also picked. I was probably going to go with the Gangsta the Killer and the Dope Dealer, which kind of wasn't picked. So
go with it.
I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with yes. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to go with Ice Cube's verse, man. I think Ice Cube, you know, even though it's a super group and they all hold their own, I think Ice Cube still stands out even above these guys just a tad bit. So I'm gonna go with Ice Cube's verse.
Great.
All right. Now we're hold on. You're let's see, maybe this works better. No. Oh, hold on. I know what to do.
That works good.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Joe, that he does stand out a little bit more. Well, I agree with you anyway. And what you were saying about Ice Cube being able to be very funny but hardcore AF as well, it is quite a gift. I think that's his talent in the hip hop game.
For sure, man. He knows the industry in and out. Like he can drop whatever he wants to drop. I mean, as of late, kind of I guess it's because of age, maybe not being able to connect as well, you know, to what's relevant, you know, kind of what's cool or whatever the case might be. It's just kind of age is and maybe just too much time in the mainstream kind of watered down his music. But back when he was younger like this and still hungry, like he was second to none. I would say lyrically, probably second to none.
Yeah, because you got to think like at the time, even like Lynch Mob was kind of like a shout out to like his no back. He didn't like Jerry Hella. He didn't like, you know, what was going on with NWA. So even if he wanted to have like Dre as like a guest on that album or Snoop, he wouldn't have been able to do it because even Death Row didn't like him at the time, and Ruthless didn't like him at the time. So he was kind of trying to like make himself stand out. And even though like he was on Priority, which had some of the other like rap artists. He had his own lynch mob, like you know, his own little label. Even though it's like not there's not really a lot of artists associated with that anymore, except for maybe him. He like still wanted to make it prominent, and he did it on his own, like with them three.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice,
no,
nice. Puts it into context.
he definitely wasn't afraid to burn bridges. Like he wanted to go his route, and whatever that route was, he went 100%. You know, he wasn't hesitant on it. So that's I think that shows in his lyrics too, just in his presence, like how dominating he is. He's all, this is me, respect it.
Gorillas in the Mist.
Well, you can tell too, like when he was in NWA, you know, even if you look back, he wrote a lot of the like Easy E's lyrics, and he wrote a lot of the stuff that they were using in NWA. So he wanted
Yeah.
to let them know, hey, I wrote your stuff, so be afraid of me. No one's writing your stuff anymore, so now your albums aren't selling as well. So like,
Yep.
if you think about it, that's what he was trying to show the world. Like that's what
Yeah.
he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he did it. He did do it.
All right. So I actually got these scores added up.
Oh wow.
I did. It took a while, but we did it. Let me do a little clapping for that. Okay, that was a little gimmicky, but we did it. Okay,
A
so
little.
we're gonna start with Paco.
Yeah.
Paco,
Uh-huh.
let's see what you gave this. On a scale of 1 to 5, you gave it all perfect 5s,
Yeah.
so you gave it a 20.
Oh yeah. Well, that makes sense because this album is
Sorry, continue.
This album was, my favorite album.
Yeah.
Been listening to it for 24 years, right?
Yes. 24 years of your life, dude. That's like over half your life.
Yeah, because I was 10 years old when this came out.
Yep. All right.
Wow.
So, Gene, you gave this a 14 out of 20.
Ooh. Did I?
Yeah, you gave 2 4s and 2 3s.
Yeah, okay. That adds up. That adds up. Yep.
In America,
doesn't
that's
this-
14.
Yeah. I would actually, I'd put it a little higher. Really, I would put it a little higher. It doesn't necessarily reflect well how I feel, because even like listening to you guys talking about it, putting it in context, I'm beginning to respect Ice Cube more and more. We've touched on him on my own podcast as well. The guy's cool. He knew what he was doing, definitely.
Yeah.
Back in the day, certainly. And so I would actually give it a couple more points, at least a 15, if not a 16. As I said, it's in my top 3 West Coast, Westside albums now, and I will definitely be revisiting. So thank you for forcing me to listen to the shit. Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, no, and that's what this is all about when we do these album reviews. And even though you gave it, the 14 out of 20, like sometimes when you critically analyze something, maybe it isn't individually, like certain segments or certain parts of it, the best, but overall, like it is. There's other factors that almost are X factors that make you feel like it should be a higher score. So that's
Absolutely, Joe. If there was like another category that was replayability, 5, if not 6, with this album. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, man, we got to get you on some Arizona hip hop too, just to kind of.
Sure. Yeah. Good to know.
All right, so Ronnie, let's see what Ronnie gave it.
I just want to say Puff Daddy got the respect back then also. We can't forget that. Like a lot of people try to forget Puff Daddy, but no, he was way up there, and we used to always play him too.
Yeah, no, for real.
I just shout out to Puff Daddy.
If you wanted to do the Bad Boy album, legitimately, I'd be up for that.
Bad Boy in the Family, or Puff in the Family.
No Way Out.
No Way Out. Yeah.
No Way Out. That's the one.
Yeah. We'll do that one. Okay, so Ronnie, you gave this a 16 out of 20. Do you think that accurately represents? Do you think it'll be higher or lower? What's the deal?
I'd go more like a 17, 18, because I do like the album. It's not like my top albums at the time. Like West Coast, there's a couple albums like now that like I've grown up more and listened to like some of the other like West Coast albums that like not a lot of people know about. I'll probably put it like, of course, in my top like 5, maybe 6, but I'll go maybe give it a 17, give it another point. It was very commercialized. That's the one thing that like I think Put It Out There was like, they were playing Bow Down nonstop. You
Yeah.
remember
So
on
many.
2.9 before it went
Yeah.
off the air, they were playing like not necessarily the unedited version, but like some of the parts are unedited. And then when you'd like to listen to like Power 92, they'd have a different version of the song playing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like so like now like as an adult, you listen to it and it's like it brings back those memories and stuff like it. So I'll set it like a 17 or 18 on the albums because the memories we had that summer. Remember, we did a lot that summer. We made that Friday movie in my mom's backyard
Yes.
that
Oh my
summer and
God.
everything else.
Yes.
So yeah, rest in
It's
peace,
called
Debo.
Saturday.
Dude, I wish we had that footage.
Yeah.
Like, what do we call it?
My mom.
Marks.
I'm
You guys are
gonna have to check and see if
marks.
she got that video still in her.
Remember, I had that wart on my thumb,
remember
and you zoomed in on it. You
You
sicko.
Yeah, man. Dude, that was tight. Oh, man.
This album would have been better if Puff Daddy was on it.
Oh, man. Dude, I don't know how that would work.
The one thing like I didn't like after this album, like when Mac 10 went out with Master P, went to No Limit, he didn't do as well. Ice Cube still kept doing his stuff and putting his music out, doing good music. Dub C kind of like he would feature with Ice Cube every now and then, but he didn't really do much. So like after this group broke up, it was kind of like Ice Cube was kind of the only one that stayed prominent. Like Mac 10 would make music, but it wasn't as popular and it wasn't as like played when he went to
No, he made The Recipe and Who Banging Records and also Thicker Than Water with Fat Joe. I think Mac 10 did pretty well. You know what I'm saying? But after the second time they broke up, like the Gangster Nation, after that, then that would be
like
relevant.
when they were done, like that was it. Like when he went to No Limit, it was pretty much like that was like pretty much like the end for Mac 10. Like he still made music and stuff, but with everybody else on No Limit, he putting out like 5 or 6 albums a year with everybody. He didn't really have the chance to like get in the studio and like make it as good as it used to be. Like his beats changed, everything else changed on his when he went to No Limit.
He moved to Atlanta, right? And I thought he was working with Manny Fresh and stuff.
Yep,
I don't know if it was No Limit. Was it?
He was no. Well, no. It was. What's it called? What was their label? Cash Money.
Yeah, Cash Money. It was Cash
or
Money.
Whatever it was. Yeah. When he went to the South, he didn't do as well. Like that's how great he did. I don't even remember what record label he went to.
Yeah, but that was after the second time, after Gangster Nation. Because remember, Thicker Than Water. Come on, man.
I know.
And The Recipe.
I wasn't a big fan of The Recipe, but we'll talk about that later.
All right,
Gene. You had something to say?
Just a quick question: is this the definitive Westside Connection album?
Yes, this is.
Yes.
I don't even really consider the other one. I mean, the other one was kind of it was Westside
The other
Connection.
one's good.
Yeah, but it was way more commercialized. Like I felt like it had mainstream influence in it versus this one was themselves.
Because this one wasn't like now, when you see music coming out, everybody knows 6 months in advance, oh, this person's in the studio with that person. This one wasn't expected. It just kind of they dropped it and everybody's like, what the heck, what's going on with this? Like no one kind of knew what to expect when they dropped it.
Yeah.
And at the time there weren't a lot of West Coast supergroups. Yeah, you had people associated with Death Row. Like you had the Dog Pound, but this was the actual first supergroup. I think even if you look at supergroups now, when you have Slaughterhouse and stuff like that, they kind of took kind of what Westside Connection started with, that little core of not necessarily super famous. You'll have one super famous rapper, but you'll have other ones that are people know about, but it gives them more exposure to kind of make them more not necessarily commercialized, but more popular with different audiences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Dog Pound's a flop compared to Westside Connection. A lot of people don't really know about Dog Pound songs. I don't listen to Dog Pound record front to back. I skip a ton of tracks when I listen to Dog Pound. Yeah. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, my score, in case you guys were wondering, I mean, I don't know if you guys were or not, but I gave it a 19 out of 20 because of the features.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty accurate. I mean, that's a critical accurate I feel it should be a 20 out of 20. When we're talking about this, I felt it should be a 20 out of 20. But really, I guess thinking about those features, but those songs are still so tight. I mean, there's nothing that's taken away.
Yeah.
And then why'd you spray that Pepsi? Now we're gonna be taking
I
down.
don't know.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. So yeah, I enjoyed the album a lot, and I feel like there should have been a sequel.
Yeah,
I don't really like the what was it called, Gangster Nation.
I do. I like that album a lot.
Yeah, like
There's only a few songs, but they're the radio songs.
Yeah,
I think like one of the things that like kind of was different about it was that like at the time, if you think about East versus West Coast, there were a lot of more like East Coast groups. You had Wu-Tang out there, you had like
garbage
Junior
compared to
Mafia,
Westside Connection. Yes,
like stuff like that. Like no one was really competing with like Wu-Tang, because Wu-Tang was a super group. They weren't really like they were
super
all
whack group.
individual
Yeah,
artists. You had Junior Mafia. You had like all those people on the East Coast, and Westside Connection was kind of the only one commercially that could hang with those groups at the time.
Yeah, I will argue that even though it came out like a year later, another super group that was not given the shine that it should have gotten was Latino Velvet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was more like that wasn't really West Coast. That was more like Texas.
Yeah, that was
like,
hardcore West
South,
Coast.
because most of them were like based out of, but most of that was like based out of the East Coast, like the South. Like, a lot of their stuff was produced in Texas. So like,
no, that was all Bay Area.
Yeah, they're all Bay Area right there in LA. So it was Frost in LA, and then Don Cisco, Baby Bash, and JT. I mean, JT and Baby Bash were the two main. But
yeah, that's another story for another time.
Okay,
let's go ahead and just let's end this. Okay, I'm starving over here. I need some papa.
Oh, they had tamales. Okay, so we'll go ahead and
I had carne asada tacos.
I need tamales in my life, dude.
Are we gonna do you know what's whack or no?
Yeah, but give me like 5 minutes here. I gotta go pee, and then I gotta,
I concur.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll be right back with you know what's whack.